This is Kung Pao Enter the Minute, Minute 26. Opening frame. The Chosen One, standing in front of a group of men armed with poles, giving them the following instructions.
Remember, do not stop until I give you the signal or dramatically throw you to the ground and request a towel.
As the camera stops spinning around the group, the Chosen One braces himself to face the onslaught.
I'm ready.
We get a mid-shot of one of his attackers looking slightly inquisitive, looking to the rest of the group as if he is unsure if he should proceed, and then proceeds to hit with all he's got. Despite the self-assuredness, the Chosen One is stunned by the blow to his chest, the result of which knocks his fez off as he takes yet another blow to the chest. A quick cut to behind the Chosen One's legs, matching Master Pain, informs the audience to brace themselves as well, because if he couldn't withstand a blow to the chest, he's probably entering into a world of pain.
A world of pain.
Which of course he does. What happens next is about half a minute of relentless beatings to the Chosen One, who didn't even make it halfway through before collapsing to the ground and eventually being knocked unconscious. The attackers start to slow down as they feel exhausted. When they finally stop to have a break, one of them asks,
"Should we keep going?"
Another of the group responds,
"He said to hit him until he gave the signal to stop."
Someone finally asks the question,
"Did anyone hear the signal?"
As we cut to the closing frame, the first guy starts to ask,
"Do you think whining was..."
although I'm positive we'll get the rest of the question, and didn't answer next minute. Okay, this is a bit of a short one, I'll admit. There's really not much going on here except the, well, relentless beating of the Chosen One. So those keen observers amongst my audience might notice that a lot of these shots were somewhat replicated from the original Tiger and Cranefish scene, especially especially between the leg shot. And this is pretty smart and clever when you think about it, because this being comedy, part of comedy is about subversion of expectations, and when you kind of know what's going on, it's almost like a preemptive laugh, because at this point of the movie, the Chosen One seems to be pretty powerful. He's gone up against multiple opponents. He's taken on what is essentially an entire army of individuals. But we've never truly seen him take a hit. Even in the fight against Master Pain, or young Master Pain in the beginning when he's a baby, the Chosen One doesn't get hit. He's fast enough. He avoids all the attacks. Obviously, the full strength of a baby, okay, yeah, he's strong enough to grab a dagger that's thrust towards him, but he's probably not going to do too much damage, and we also know that the Chosen One himself can punch a literal hole into a person, but we don't see him take any damage until this point in the movie. Now, rest assured, also a bit of comedic subversion when you think about it, the Chosen One does not end up bloodied or beaten to a pulp, or never suffers any bruising or broken bones that we're aware of, but he's certainly in a tremendous amount of pain, at least until the point where he's passed out. So when he takes that first hit, and if this was like a Marvel movie or something like that, you're kind of expecting the main hero to be able to take a punch. The only movie I can think that comes close to this, in regards to like a superhero thing, is maybe Shazam, when they're essentially trying to test his powers. And there's the great shot where it's like, they're trying to do the teleportation or something, and, oh god, I'm trying to remember the damn kid's names. Is it Freddy? Captain Marvel Jr., except he's not Captain Marvel Jr. Billy's, as Shazam, he's hidden in a box. There's like two boxes supposed to be the teleportation experiment, and Freddy goes over and sets the box that Billy is in on fire. And it's almost like the Chekhov, well, he's fireproof. You're getting that kind of thing. This is playing to expectations, and then almost immediately it's subverting it. But then also almost immediately reaffirming expectations, because switching to that behind the crotch shot of the Chosen One matching very close to the original Master Pain shot, you know what's going to happen next. Well, okay, any man will know what's going to happen to the Chosen One next. Yeah, okay, it's, women out there can be hit in the groin area too, and it's going to, probably do some damage. Let's not discount that. And, being hit in the balls is a comedy trope. This is literally the reason why, with the Master Pain sequence, they kept really cutting back to that thing. And, you're looking at the Chosen One's expression, you're looking at the dog's expression. This is also a great shorthand to say, wow, Master Pain is a pretty impressive badass. So when that first hit hits the Chosen One and he's reacting to pain, hang on, maybe this is literally the first time in the Chosen One's life he's actually ever been hurt, or even maybe ever been hit. He did train with the farm animals to learn all of his kung fu, but he's never sparred with a person. Maybe it's one of those things where he's never felt the true hit of an implement. So we'll never know. Maybe that's the shock and expression of the Chosen One. He's been feeling invulnerable his entire life, and all of a sudden, is this pain? Is this pain that I'm feeling? Whack! And then the second one hits, and you can almost feel for the Chosen One. He's like, oh no, I'm not gonna make this out of this. But, props where it's due. The Chosen One proceeds to go through the test. He might not have a choice in the matter at some point, but he proceeds through, and yeah, as soon as that nut shock happens, and the second one is, and you kind of go, yeah, he's going to be down. He's just going to fall to the ground. And then, of course, they keep on hitting again and again and again and again and again. And then they stop and rest, and they start to talk about it. And, it's that thing where part of you is they're going, okay, they've stopped now. But this being Kung Pao, it starts up again. I've seen saying again a lot, but again, part of the joke process is you keep doing it until it stops being funny, and then you keep pushing that, and you keep pushing that, and then it becomes funny again, and then you can finish. Once you've essentially mined it for what it's worth. This goes into the next minute, obviously. It is one of those things where it does get funnier. We'll talk about it a bit more in the next episode, but yeah, it's the absurdity starts to ramp up, and it's all because these people are following the Chosen One's instructions. They're doing what they're asked. I love this scene. It's so good. This movie is definitely one of those never a dull moment kind of movies. Everything's been worked and reworked, and some of it might not land, some of it very much lands like a pole to the groin. I can't hate this movie. It's so good. And it's so bad, and it's so funny, and it's so wrong, and yeah, as you can tell, I'm like 26 minutes in, and I am struggling. Anyway, let's move on to the audio commentary. So, in this minute, Steve and Paul actually talk about how the Chosen One views himself, especially in regards to Betty, and which of course leads to this moment where he has to try and see if he has those powers.
I think Chosen One's pretty positive he has the same power until he gets that first whack in the chest.
And he's pretty strong. I mean, he's proved with the push-ups and everything. But this, you crumple like a friggin'
he's really
paper
not. He's not
mache
good with
tiger
a blatant beating, whereas the evil Betty is.
No.
They also give a shout out to the Pole crew here and Steve's stunt double Mike Gunther. Well, mate, kind of. You'll see. You'll listen. You'll see.
And these are all our stick fighters. These guys are great. It's I think Mike, Al, Jen, and Will, and they were terrific. They beat a dummy and/or Mike Gunther forever.
Which is similar if you think, I'm kidding, Mike. I'm kidding, of course.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's really great.
Well, he's
Paul.
not here, and
that's really terrific. Mike, a very talented filmmaker and director. He's also second unit director on the film.
Yes, he is.
And phenomenal talent.
Let's move on to what are they really saying. So this is actually one of the first times we started to see a little bit of background narrative within the original speech text, whatever. The Chosen One's kind of saying a little bit of nonsense stuff, so we're just going to cut to the crew talking about pastries?
Do you think we should go to France? Is that the place they sell bacon and pastry things?
Anybody else getting cramps like me?
No. My favorite pastry have hair in it.
Do you think the hair would clog the colon?
And of course, finally, we have the audiobook. Not really much gems in this particular minute. They are kind of just talking straight, but there is this one little bit.
No, he was whining for a while.
So that is it. It's a little bit of a short one. By the time you've heard this, Christmas has come and gone. We're up to the new year. I do have some plans changing. Plans changing. I do have some changes planned for the new year. Please stick around to find that out. Nothing majorly drastic, but I do have a vlog coming out to talk about that. I'm hoping to get a bit more bonus content up in the meantime as well. Maybe something you've probably already heard coming out in Christmas. I don't know. We'll see. Beyond that, I've got Patreon. I've got Ko-Fi. The Gathering Dust, but I spruik them every episode I can, but it's fine, it's just Christmas, you could at least buy me a fucking coffee, but it's Christmas. More importantly, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that bollocks, share this around. Give the gift of Christmas by asking someone to sub to my YouTube channel. Now, all joking aside, it's been a tough year for most people. It's been a tough year for myself personally. And I genuinely hope this dumb podcast has maybe given you a bit of a giggle. Maybe it's given you a greater appreciation of a really dumb movie. Either way, I hope you've gone through this hellhole of a fucking year and you've come out the other side. Hopefully 2021 is going to be a little bit better, but dates are arbitrary and the world is still burning, figuratively and literally, so cut to H.R. guy screaming we're all gonna die. Either way, but keep well, keep safe, go hug a person or a pet if they don't have COVID. Well, your pet might have COVID, but either way, just keep well and see you on the other side. Oh, no, not like death or like 2021. That's a lot of 20s. God, again, 2020 has felt like a lot of 20s. I'm rambling. Go. Be gone. Zzz.